All right, everybody, welcome to the Dice Tower. This is a special in the middle of the week Q&A, and this is specifically, well, sort of Q&A, and we're going to be launching our Gamefound project for the year 2025, which I'm going to show you in a bit here, and it's going to launch halfway through here. I'm trying to get things ready. 2025, I believe this is our 23rd year, or my 23rd year of doing reviews here for the Dice Tower. And this year our theme is cryptids. So we're going to be showing, like I said, off like that. Like, for example, here is our plushie, the Mothman. See his wings? The Mothman die. So this is going to be part of the project this year, and we're very excited about that. But the fact of the matter is, the thing I'm most excited about, the thing that I'm thrilled about here is just what we're going to do content-wise, right? We are excited. We work hard. For me, you know, some people have like Fridays, and you look forward to a Friday, and you're going to do really well that, whatever. I look forward to us because we're always doing something new, something exciting. Next week, Mike Delisio is coming down, and we're doing the top 100 games of all time. But also, the past few days, Sam Healy was here, and we did some stuff with him. And then a little bit after that is Dice Tower West and things like that. And I'm hoping to make our content better. You know, we've built a really great team here. My team is absolutely fantastic, and each day, like later today, you're going to see our live. We'll do our role playing 4 coins. But also next week, we're going to start showing a couple things that we did on the cruise, and I'm really happy with the game shows and things we did there. I'm really happy overall, and we want to get better. Is there an early reward? I don't do those because I always get annoyed at those when I find a crowdfunding project and I was like, well, I just found out about this 4 days later. I'm too late. I always find that a little annoying. It says a top funding goal to get a private jet so Sam and Mike can join in more regularly. That would be nice. But one of our stretch goals is going to be bringing in more people over the course of the year to do top 10 lists with us. We started doing that. I don't know if you remember. That was our 2020 big thing. We're going to bring in guests, and we brought in Rodney Smith, and we brought in Jeremy. And when Jeremy from Manvers Meeple was here, in that Jeremy Howard was there that day, we listened to an address from the president saying, you might have to stay home. And I was like, Jeremy, go home. And so that did not happen as much in 2020, but we want to start doing more of that things. Am I going to put a big fund in 24 hours span there? No. Although I would tell you, if we fund in 24 hours, that would blow my mind. And I'm very pleased about that. You might wonder about some of the things that I'm trying to do. So one of the things we're going to do this year, first of all, we need to recoup a little bit of money. Last year, or in 2024, we had a hurricane come and knock down our fence in the backyard, and the insurance, the deductible was, thank you, the exact amount of, well, how much it costs to put down a fence. And that caused other problems, so we had to pay money for that. And of course, the hurricane came, and our Gen Con lost us money because we had to rush from Gen Con, and we had people stuck up at Gen Con. But we didn't really lose money necessarily because we had the funds from our Kickstarter project. So our Gamefound project this year is to help us to make things better. I'm always trying to figure out how we can financially make the Dice Tower better. I'm not a rich person by any means. This is, anytime we have some extra money, I end up hiring another person to come and help make things better. But speaking of making things better, we want to work on this studio. So the other studio I'm really happy with. We got some nice mics in there last year. This studio, we want to work on the cameras, angles. I want to get better cameras, really good cameras that point from the ceiling at different sections of the table, so you will be able to switch into playthroughs more, and then just better mics in general, so that the sound in this studio will be really good. And we also want to build the studio, expand the studio, possibly even, move to a bigger studio. That's kind of farther out there possible, but we want to make things bigger and better. Am I nervous about a different platform from the last few years? Well, of course I am. I mean, for a lot of reasons. One, because a lot of people are looking for us on Kickstarter. But I'm telling you now, support DiceTower.com, and that will take you to the right place. When switching to GameFound, have you been able to work with Alex Radcliffe? A little bit, but he's more on the advertising end of that rather than the nitty-gritty. I definitely talked to him, but there's other people that we have worked with. Will there be stretch pay? Well, actually, no. In fact, I said this morning. I'm not a big fan of stretch pay because I think that you shouldn't buy things that you can't afford, especially when there's something like this. And that's weird coming from me. I'm saying don't give me money if you can't afford it. But I mean that, right? I don't think you should do that. If you do want to give to the Dice Tower on a reoccurring method, you can do so by becoming a subscriber on our YouTube channel, or we have a Patreon, which was set up for that thing. The Patreon's not our main funding thing, but it's something that you can do on a set schedule like that. And I'm not going to answer questions about who's coming in because we haven't even reached that stretch goal. So I don't know where that's going to be, what we're going to do in that regard. Are my glasses fogged up? Yes. Let me cleanse them. So anyhow, let's talk about this project a little bit. So there's going to be a lot of different things in the project that you've seen in years past. We have a lot of different promos from various games, and I'll show those off in a little bit. And we have some merchandise. I already showed you the plushie here, the Mothman plushie. Big ticket items. We have an all-in pledge where you get a lot of different things from the GameFound project. And we also, you might want to update your link tree to add the GameFound link. That's a good idea. Thank you. So where was I talking about I just lost my train of thought. The ticket items. So there's a couple things that we've changed a few things that we're doing this year. So we're still doing the pizza party at Essen Spiel Fair. So that's one of the things that we have, and that we added that I think halfway through the campaign last year, but here it's at the beginning. We are not doing a pizza party or a party at Dice Tower West or Dice Tower or at Gen Con. I almost called it Dice Tower Gen Con. Not yet. Not ever. But there will still be something at each of those. So for those, we have meals at Dice Tower East, Dice Tower West, and Gen Con where you can eat with different members of the staff. Maybe you want to eat with Chris and Wendy, or you want to eat with me and Eric, or whoever we are. We have them split up in different groups. So you just pick that, and we go out to lunch together or dinner together at one of those cons. I suspect these will be taken up very quickly. So you want to jump in, you want to get those, and you want to check out with them as soon as possible, because if it's just sitting in your cart, someone else might grab it. And make sure you pick the right people. Don't pick me by accident when you really meant you want to eat with Z and Camilla, right? That makes more sense. So that's something you want to jump into and come back. Where are we at here? Would you ever consider Christmas-themed Dice Tower items? Well, maybe, and that's something we might consider in the future. Let me show you a bit of the project here. So we're going to jump into this, and it's not showing it yet because I need to make this bigger. All right, so you should be seeing Dice Tower Gamefound project. This is going to go live in 19 minutes. And so here we see the very top of it. Talks a little bit about who we are, why back us, and our rewards. So we have some digital rewards. We're going to make a space-baked background and some other backgrounds that you can get. Dice. Now, we have the dice. These are the dice from last year. These are fantastic dice. All right. I really like Gatekeeper Gaming dice. I was so happy with the dice. We have two sets. We have a set of RPG dice and a six-sided dice. And they're going to be different colors. These were the blue-green. You can see they're more of a greenish black here, kind of a Cthulhu vibe we're going for this year. Our component bins, if you've ever been to any of our conventions, you know that our component bins, frankly, are the best in the business. They're amazing. And I'm not saying anything other than the truth there. I use them in all my games, and they're fantastic. Sticker sheets. You can see all the new Cthulhu-esque people and things like that. Let me see here why I'm zooming through this. I do want to see your questions and stuff. The Switch 2 got announced today. That's true. A Dice Tower ornament, that's something on our list. Socks, Dice Tower socks. This is something new here with all the different little logos on the side. Our box bands, also a great thing that we have from our conventions. Trophy chips. So I have the trophy chips right here. They're little poker chips, and I just dropped one on the floor somewhere. But you can see what they say here. These are, you've won for the saltiest player. Someone's complaining too much, all you do is just slide the poker chip across to them. First player chip, you can use that in different games. The biggest baby. Not a lot of difference between that and the saltiest player. You can just give them both to that person. The best trader and the slowest player. The slowest player is obviously the one I use the most. Someone's sitting there and you just put that chip in front of them. Passive aggressive chips, we call these. And you can get those and use them. And then our meeples this year. You're tired of using normal meeples in games or want other pieces? Here are some of our cryptids. You can see the Mothman, the Jackalope, the Bigfoot, the Chupacabra, and the Fish People. Why only a short 15 days? Because short campaigns are what we want to do. We don't want to run the campaign that much longer. We will have late backing after it's done if you want to go in, but we want to get things done. We try to do the best we can in that regard, and so I had to make the call, and so I made it 15 days. What else we got here? A tote bag. So this is last year's tote bag. This was the space one. See, a useful bag you can carry things in. And this year it's going to be Cthulhu-y. Then the RPG dice set. Really nice set of dice, like I said. They're two-tone dice, which are my favorite ones to have. You can see them in the picture. A shout-out. We've been doing lots of shout-outs over the course of this year. And it says, we'll give a verbal shout-out of thanks on 2, maybe more of our video shows. Everyone who sent them in has got a shout-out on 2. We're already going the 3rd time through, which will happen through our top 100 this year. A puzzle. Here's last year's puzzle. Comes in a box like this, a 1,000-piece puzzle. In fact, I have one of these I'll be taking home so my wife can build it because she loves building the puzzles. And so we have this year's puzzle. Tina did a fantastic job on the artwork, as always. Speaking of the artwork, we have our premium play mat here, a 25-inch by 20 play mat. And you want a Christmas card from us. Every year we send out Christmas cards to all the backers who back this. It will look probably different than this year's Christmas. You see that one in the picture. It will, well, no, wait, that's the Chupacabra. That is this year's. This is a new one. Then there's a component bin bundle if you want more than just a few bins, and a box bands bundle if you want more than those. Then a birthday card. Birthday card's a little bit different than a Christmas card or Christmas cards we send out. Birthday card specifically sent to you, although you'll need to tell us, when you want it. I already mentioned the pizza party at Essen and the meal with the crew. You definitely want to, if you want to spend some quality time with us, that's one way to do it. All right, before I get to the promo packs, let's take... Oh yes, I just realized I've been showing things and you can't actually see them because you guys can't see me on this. All right, well, let's jump back to that then real quick. I don't know why I've been showing things on the camera you can't see, so let's try this again. The poker chips. The gorgeous dice here. This is the puzzle box. This is what it comes in. This is the size of a puzzle box. The Mothman plushie. This is what our coasters look like. Other things that can be added on, the money cards, a dice tower. We don't have the picture of the new dice tower yet, but it's going to have that artwork from Tina around on it. And the dice towers are these wooden ones like this. This is what the socks look like. I mean, they're going to have a different design than these. These are the ones that we have at cons right now. And the tote bag. Here's the tote bag, a really nice bag, and it's going to have the new artwork on it. Is Julie the dice person feeding Nessie? Yes, that is correct. Okay, now let's go back to taking a look at some stuff. Let's take a look at the promo packs. So we always split our promo packs up. You cannot, we always say this, you can't split the promo packs. People I just want one promo. I get it, but for logistic reasons, it's already a huge amount of work for us to do it this way. It would be near impossible. Some promos you can see, some of them you just know the name of the game. So promo pack A here, you can see SETI and Risafa and Wondrous Creatures, Federation, and Ito. Some cards for Ito. Pack B has the Symbiote expansion for Marvel United, Flow, Creature Caravan, Dragon Eclipse, Alte. We'll add the pictures as we get them. And a game from Scorpion Mask, Scarface, Super Boss Monster. Look at those little cubes there. I like that. Vegetable Stock. Pack C, Unconscious Mind, Distilled. Look at that Dice Water bottle. I really like that. Cities, the Dice Tower City for the game from them. Duck and Cover, Things and Rings. So you can see all the different games here. A Blood on the Clock Tower promo. And Catacombs. D, Pack D, Inventors of the South Tigris. Some Andromeda's Edge promos. I haven't seen these yet. Oh, that's interesting. Last Aurora. So you know what? I don't want to leave anyone out. We're going to start over again, and I'm going to say the names of every game. Okay, so Pack A, Forest Shuffle, Castles of Mad King Ludwig, Obsession, Mindbug, Soulforge Fusion, SETI, Risafa, Cafe Barras, Zoo King, Wondrous Creatures, Federation, a game from Flat Out Games. We don't know what the game is yet. Two Tomatoes, same thing, and Ito. Pack B, Marvel United, Dragon Eclipse, Creature Caravan, Flow, Clank Catacombs, get that Traveler's Hat, Alte, Dawn of Civilization, Agent Avenue, Scorpion Mask, Scarface 1920, Landmarks, Super Boss Monster, Cyber Pet Quest, Vegetable Stock. Pack C, Unconscious Mind, Distilled, Kinfire Council, Cities, Things and Rings, Duck and Cover, Etherspire, Ivy Studios Game, Pergoloa, Jurassic Feud, Athena, Blood on the Clock Tower, and Catacombs, Fortress of the Nazemore. Pack D, Inventors of the South Tigris, Last Aurora, Andromeda's Edge, Stalker the board game, Nucleum, Onitama, Avalon, Trollympics, a game from Plaid Hat Games, a promo from one of their games, Perch, Snails, Iridecia, and Star Realms. So that is the promos. We'll talk about stretch goals in just a second. Let me jump back here and see if anyone has said anything here. Yeah, Danny says it's like an NPR fund drive with games instead of news. Well, no, it's like an NPR fund drive, but with information about games instead of news, right? And that is how I look at this. That is the model we modeled it after. With the exception of I don't pause my regular program and prattle about this incessantly for 2 weeks like NPR does. It always drives me nuts. I'm like, I want to listen to the shows. But I get why they do it. How do you decide which games to group together into a pack, or is it random? It's not random. We try to make the packs as even as we can so that there's good stuff in each pack. Other than that, I can't custom tailor them to anybody. Do the socks come in larger sizes? Actually, the size is large. They had medium and large, and I just picked large because large I know will fit people even if they have medium. I had to pick just one size, so I picked large. They fit me, and I have pretty big feet. Well, not that big of feet. I wear size 11, 12. Yeah, it's hard to, yeah, maybe your feet are too big. I don't know. These packs are really awesome this year for me. Well, thank you, Renee. I appreciate that. I think they are. Let's give a lot of credit to Camilla, who helped put all these packs together. You like the graphics? Well, Tina did the art, and Z did all the graphical work on them. So thanks to that. And I want to say big thanks to Emery and Kenny for helping with some background stuff. And, of course, Luke Pryor from Gamefound for pushing this. Let's talk now about stretch goals. Stretch goals. So one of the things about stretch goals is we want to be cautious to not make way extra work for us or make stretch goals that cost us money. But we do, I'm a firm believer in stretch goals. Last year we had a stretch goal of a studio extension. We did not make that goal, so it did not happen. You know, so that's the thing about our stretch goals. I'm not making things up that we're going to do anyway necessarily. So this is what we have. First, if we get to 285, Graham will do his top 100 games, top 100 series. Graham Anderson. 300, we'll do our annual tradition, since we've always reached this, but hopefully we will this year, of a 36-hour marathon. A really fun time. We come in for 36 hours straight. We're not all here for 36 hours, but it plays for 36 hours, and we just do various games. 325, a lot of you might be excited about this. We're going to have a presence at PAX Unplugged. So several of the Dice Tower team members will go to PAX Unplugged. Now I want to be really clear so that no one is under any misapprehension. I will not be one of those people. My daughter is getting married that weekend, and I have to go to her wedding. I shouldn't even say have to. I'm just going to her wedding because it's wonderful, it's terrific, and I'm so pleased for her. That's Amy, my second daughter, getting married. But I'll send a lot of the other folks from Dice Tower to PAX Unplugged if we reach this goal. And then you get, for those of you who go there, that'll be a great time. And then we'll have 2 Flash Marathons. We just did a Flash Marathon this past Tuesday. We'd like to do more of those over the course of the year. 375s, where we bring in 5 industry guests throughout the year for top 10 videos. 400, we get to make that studio extension. And at 425, we'll do another 36-hour marathon. All the rewards here, I do want to point out this best support here. This is the one thing we love the best. This is, you are just backing us for the Dice Tower. I put 2 of these in here. The $60 one here, that's $5 a month. And that helps us out because all that money goes to the Dice Tower. And you can see all the other things here, drink coasters, RPG dice, shout out, the plush, a lot of things. And here's all the promo packs. And something that people have been asking for a while, because we're using Gamefound, you can mix and match the promo packs. You want pack A and pack C? Go for it. You pick the ones you want. The other one here, our Best Support Plus 144, that's $12 a month, which is the cost of many streaming services. And if you watch us a lot, that's one thing to consider. We have our pizza party. Then we have all the different meals with the various people at all of our conventions. And then the all-in pledge just gets you a lot of stuff. It gets you all the promo packs, the digital awards, the dice, the puzzle, the Mothman, the playmat, the sticker sheets, the shout-out, drink coasters, Christmas card, the Dice Tower, meeples, and the tote bag. 'Tis a lot of stuff. Alrighty, well there you go. In 6 minutes, that's all going to go live. Let's see here. A lot of people are talking. I'm just going to go back and read there here. Oh, yes. Emery pointed out that Z and Andrew do a lot of the graphical work. Andrew also is new, helping us out at Dice Tower, and has done a lot of the graphics, and we appreciate that. I don't want to miss him out. Thank you to all the congratulations about the wedding. Yeah, we'd love to go to all different cons all over the world. So once I come to the UK Games Expo, it's tricky, right? We just can't get to them all. I'm going to a convention in Mexico this year. Z and Camilla will be overseas. We'll talk about that when we can say more in the future. So you'll see that. And we also go to Gen Con in Essen. And like I said, PAX Unplugged. But at some point, we have to stay here and do content. How do digital rewards get delivered? They'll be sent to you via email, I think. If not, I'm not 100% sure on that one. I'll have to ask Ketty. There might be a download link for you too. I'll let you know. Is there a link to vote on the People's Choice Top 100? I don't know, but I was about to close it today anyway, so I've already tabulated the information. So we'll have the next top 10 list up very soon. I had a digital awards last year, but missed when they were sent out. Well, if you missed one or something, you can always email Kenny@dicetower.com, and he can resend them to you. When do the rewards ship? Well, our goal is to have them out by December of 2025. This past year, we got most of them out in November. I'm not promising that, but our goal is to get them out as fast as we possibly can. But we also try to build in reasonable expectation of when they're going to go out. And I definitely want them out before Christmas. So that's our goal as to getting them out. As to who we invite in and stuff, you can email me with information or say something on forums and things, but it's just going to be who I can get and who I think will make a good fit for our team working together. What does shipping look like, and will it change for other countries if tariffs happen this year? We're going to have all that information. We'll build that up and get that in there, but figure it will be fairly similar to last year. We're working to make sure that we'll do our best to have an EU-friendly shipping and all that stuff in there. Although realize EU-friendly shipping just means we pay for shipping, we pay for those tariffs, not you. That's how that works, and I've always wondered why people get so excited about that. They're like, "Yay, it was free." I'm like, well, it wasn't free. Someone paid for it. But we'll do our best to get things in. Let's see here. My goal this year is to back you guys only on pledge offers where you don't ship me anything. Well, I don't hate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. When will the extra 2024 rewards be available to buy from the Board Game Geek Market? When it happens. I'm not giving a time frame there. We'll get them to them, and they will choose a date. It could be in a couple months. It could be farther out than that. I'm not sure. You could probably guess by looking to see when that happened this year, which I don't remember. It's Kenny later. Any goody good for us that does not live in the U.S.? I feel left out on so many occasions. Well, here's the deal. You shouldn't feel left out because this is the Dice Tower. We put out content, and you can watch that content anywhere on the planet Earth, unless your country blocks YouTube. We are here for you. As for shipping and stuff, we're not leaving anybody out. You can have stuff shipped to you, perhaps. It might be really expensive, but you know what? I don't make the shipping rules. I don't decide tariffs and all that stuff. That's the different country of the world. You have to talk to them. But our content is for the world, and we hope that you enjoy it. There's lots of things you can get and back no matter where you might be. 1 minute to go. Alrighty here. Well, let me leave my. Remember, if you want a quick link, it's supportthedicetower.com. We'll take you there. Bloop bloop bloop. $0. Well, there you go. Anyway, I'll tell everyone the same thing that I say normally is that if you like the Dice Tower, consider backing us. But whether you back us or not, our content is free. We've added a few extra small things, tiny things on our Patreon for our Patreon backers, but our content is free. We have top 10 lists, we have reviews, there's all sorts of things that go up all the time. We have our weekly shows, and we fill them in. We have a lot of cool stuff that's coming your way. I hope that you enjoy it. So it's free whether you back us or not on Gamefound. But if you don't have the money for that either, you can also just tell people about it. Spread the word. Tell your friends. Meanwhile, while I said all that, the project should have gone live. So we'll just have to wait and see. Kenny, do not get the air horn. I would pay if I would win a contest. So that's not how contests work. That's called illegal. All right, so the thing is live. Oh, we made $60. I will retire. Okay, well, while it's live, if people have any questions about the Dice Tower, how we run things, questions about what's happening in the future, why I'm assuming a lot of you aren't watching, that you're just backing stuff now. Did I make a mistake?
No, I'm just in here in case they bring up any issues, I can know about it.
Got it. Someone did ask a question, maybe you know, when they get charged. Is it when they back or is it when the campaign ends? I think it's when the campaign ends, right?
The campaign ends, and then they'll have to go back for shipping later.
Yes. Okay. So when the campaign ends, and then you'll have to go back for shipping later. Hello, Bonzinator. Someone back to dinner with Joey and Mike. I hope you get to talk during that meal. I'm kidding. Is the card money an add-on?
Yes.
Yes, it is an add-on. So you can, if you just want the card money, you can pick the lowest pledge and add it to that. We couldn't make everything a separate pledge because that just brings too much chaos. And by the way, this is the money you want to see it. So here's our $10 or 10 currency. Here's 25s, 100s. It's a big pack of money cards. Actually, does it tell us the money breakdown on here? It doesn't, but I'll count it for you because this is live and we're that boring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 ones. Then we have 3s. And it looks like there's 15 of them. Then 5s. Looks like there's Around 15 to 20 of them. Then 10s. I bet there's 25 10s. Nope, like 15 of them or something. Then there's 25s and then 100s. There's most ones, but this should work. I think my daughter designed these. Amy, the one who's getting married. Yeah, she's the one who did the graphics for these. All my kids are into art. You'd think I'd have more art on my channel for my kids. They're so lazy. No, they're not. They're in school. Will we be able to add things to our initial pledge later when they check out? Yes, they can.
They can also do multiple pledges now or pledges with add-ons, either way.
Okay, you could do multiple pledges too if you want. Do you get to choose the video where you get a shout out? No, that would be really kind of insanity for us to kind of spread those throughout. We do on our shout outs, we have a clipboard. I don't know if you notice, I'm writing on the clipboard. I do mark down when we do the shout outs. So for some reason you're like, I never heard it. I can say, well, it was on this date. What does the Dice Tower forecast for U.S. GDP growth in 2025? I have no idea. Do you ever consider adding non-monetary ways to get stretch goals at it? Not really. I think what you mean by that is like, if we get 1,000 Facebook likes, because I've tried to eat a Facebook like, but my family was not so keen on it. For lack of better words, we need to be funded so that we can live and have lives and continue to put out the content. Oh, you were talking about contests. That makes more sense. Contests, here's why contests aren't always international, and in fact often aren't. Sometimes it's monetarily reasons, but the company usually decides. Companies only have the rights to do contests in certain countries. So let's say a company A prints a game in English. They now have the rights, according to the contracts, to print that maybe, let's say, in US and Canada. Another company has all of Europe and Great Britain. Another company has Japan. Well, we can't. The company who's giving the contest can't send to those other countries because that's not in their contract. It's a little convoluted, but it's just the way it is. And I get that you would pay for shipping, but it's more that's more the reason that it happens than anything else. Was the 12-sided D6s, the double D6s, just a one-time experiment? Sort of. I might do them again. Whenever we do something like this, I also see how many people want, and they were not nearly as popular, but I'm not saying I won't bring them back again. Why have we not done a top 10 dinosaur games? Because there probably hasn't been enough, but I'll add it to my list. You never know. I'm eating with Josh Franklin? All right, well, I guess that's what it is. Is there a limited quantity of packs? Yes, but you probably won't hit it. You'll be fine. Where's the lunch with Joe Stedman? I think he does it. I think he pays you to eat lunch with you.
Do you want to limit on how many promo packs a single person can pack?
Huh, I never thought of that.
I need to know pretty quick, so.
I mean, I would guess.
Okay.
Hey, sir. Z's here. I'm now being guarded. You're my Secret Service.
You got it.
You take a bullet for me, right? No? All right. A rubber bullet? They hurt, I think. So there's no option to donate $10 without any reward. If you want to do that, you can just pick the digital reward. That's the same thing, in a sense. The Iron Rook King of Tokyo Monster, does it come with power-up cards? No, there are no power-up cards. We designed power-up cards for it, but Yellow did not want to print them. So, and that was, don't ask me for them, because we also designed those like 10 years ago or something like that. It's been a while. Will the games for the promo packs be updated before the campaign is over? We hope so, but we're really at the beck and call of the companies. We've told them we needed them by, well, today. So we'll find out as they do so. We'll update them on the project itself. Alrighty. Everyone who backed, go back again? Well, I don't want to hate that. Is there a program in place where you get a cut of the sale when I order board games from certain online retailers? No, but, you know, I recommend that you go check out Board Game Bliss, but we don't get a cut from that. Does Iron Rook for King of Tokyo work with the King of Tokyo Origins? Well, any King of Tokyo monster works with any King of Tokyo. Is this instead of Kickstarter? Indeed it is. Any more tattoo stretch goals in the future? No, we're done. I got 2, I'm done. And I only did 1 for the Kickstarter. I did the other one for my wife. She seemed thrilled. She said, that's the best gift you could have ever given me. She did not say that.
This is the part where I take a bullet.
You think Lara's going to come in with a gun? I hope not. Let's see. Does it irritate you that bad board games can raise more money than the Dice Tower makes in crowdfunding? Well, DJ Dan, first of all, you can change it if you wanted to. You can give me your year's salary. We're already going to beat those bad games. But no, it doesn't really bother me because it doesn't bother me that McDonald's does better than my favorite restaurant. I'm happy if we fund. That's what we want to do. How do we see what's in the promo packs? You can see what's on the page itself. We'll add more information as we get it, and that is going to be about the extent of it, because also some of these things might possibly change slightly in the wording and everything anyway. When will I rank the Summoner Wars factions? I'll do it in 2025. Email me at some point to remind me. If you scroll to the end of the pledges, I did not know that. You can choose any amount to pledge with no reward. There you go. I just donated $1. It's okay if you do more than $1, though. If not, I need you to find 269,000 of your friends. I don't know anything about the Blood on the Clock Tower promo at all. Do we have any information on that one?
Yes, what do you want?
What it does?
They are purposely being coy.
They are purposely being coy. So you'll find out when you find out. But they're working on it, not us non-Blood on the Clock Tower players. It's the experts are doing it.
I can give you the name of it, though, if you want.
Yeah, what is the name? The name is the golf player.
Stall a little bit.
I will stop.
You're not stalling?
I'm just saying, tattoos don't have to just be on you. You got staff. There are laws about tattooing employees. Those laws have been in place for over 100 years, I think. Cacklejack. I couldn't even guess what that does. So, Pete Jar says, is there a shark reward tier? Pete, we raced your marble yesterday. What more do you want? What's the tallest you've ever been? Seoul Tower. I was at the top of Seoul Tower in the middle of Seoul. That's pretty tall. Oh, no, I've been in airplanes. Sorry. That's the tallest I've ever been. Can Z demo the socks? Well, we don't. Beetlebat says, if Dice Tower gets 500K, I'll get Tom's face tattooed on my face. Well, now we have to see that happen, right, folks? This is a legally binding agreement, a YouTube comment. It looks like a new travel reroll, says Table Talk Reviews. Cool. That would require us to know what a traveler roll was. Alrighty. Let's see. John Shepard says he doesn't have a room for tattoos. Again, we're not trying to. How does Gamefound handle add-ons? So I just pay more now, or do I need to wait for the pledge manager? No, you can add them now. You can go through and add whatever you want when you back it. You'll be able to add some stuff, but don't assume that some of that stuff will still be there also when you come through later on. So whatever you're interested in getting, get it now. Angela says, don't say anything funny. I have to go warm up my lunch. And Josh is talking about stealing from his 401k before his wife realizes. The markets aren't actually that bad. I appreciate the theft. The that makes me laugh because I think about something else which I can't tell you all about that I was amused about that happened. Mike says you can adjust the add-ons now. And Luke says you can add on as many reward levels and add-ons to build your pledge. Ozzy says the custom dice character by Tina is missing this year unless I'm missing it somewhere. Yes, we took that off because they were falling behind. Tina was doing a whole lot of stuff, and so she wasn't able to get. We just got them done from last year, and that was a long time for people to wait. We might add them in the future to something else or another way for you to do it. If you're interested in that, you can always email me at tom@dicetower.com, but you'll be put into a queue, and I don't know when they'll happen next. But if you're willing to do that in the future, it will come back, but we wanted to give Tina a break because she's already drawn so many other wonderful things for us. And Ishebe says, if Dice Tower gets 600,000, I'll get the Beetle Bat's face of Tom's tattooed on my face. Sounds great. Will there be a top 100 games this year? Yes, 1 week from today. 1 week from today, we'll be starting with 100 to 91. Mike DeLisio flies in next week, and so we'll be going through those. It will be mine, Z's, Mike's, and the people's. I just finished up my list yesterday. It was a lot of work, but it is done. If I play a good game over the weekend, I'll pretend it never happened. Is there an option for no ship pickup at a con, or is that too logistically difficult? It's fairly difficult for us to do because, let's say it's Essen, we have to pay to ship everything to Essen anyway, and then we're taking away from other things that we would normally take to Essen. And at the Dice Tower cons, we're already running those cons, so it just adds a lot more work to everybody. If you're just joining in, it's Dice Tower, it's supportdicetower.com. And Mike Heller puts the link in the YouTube comments every 3 seconds or so. Are we going to get the rest of the cruise top 100 during a spectacular again this year? You'll get them when you get them. I don't know when that will be. I've not planned out past February. Well, a little bit past February. Thank you to everybody who's backed us so far. Once you're back, go spread the word. Let's see here. Neil says, I can't seem to locate the items that are specifically add-ons. Looking for the trophy chips. Is this a me problem, or is anyone else noticing they're missing? Well, maybe Luke can help give the info on how to do that there. And 80 Knizia games on Mike's list. That's very possible. Or top 10 unpopular opinions. Games you like, no one else did. We've done that before, something to that effect. Are you requesting people make intro numbers again for the top 100? I wanted to, but the timing just didn't work out. So if I had asked, we wouldn't have got them all in time. So we might do that for future ones, though, for sure. Be unnoticed for when that happens. Violet says to Neil, I found them at the bottom of my page on my phone. This is why I use computers to back stuff. Would you support a constitutional amendment that penalizes people who incorrectly pluralize die as die instead of dice? Well, no one does that, do they? Some people say one dice, but no one says two die, unless you're saying today you are going to die. Now, also, you can use dice or die. They're both in the dictionary. It's all legal. Do what you want. Thank you, Matt, he said just donated $60. We appreciate that, Matt, and we hope that your contagious enthusiasm passes on to other people. Yes, Violet Frog says die and dice are both acceptable in the dictionaries for a single die. All right. Well, I'm running out of things to say here. I'm going to be going off air in a few minutes here, folks, because we are going to get ready to do our 4 coins thing in a couple hours. And we got to squeeze lunch in here somewhere. And we got other videos to do. We got some more reviews going up this week. We got some reviews going up today, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. And then we got a lot of things next week. Of course, the big thing next week is going to be the top 100, but it is not the only thing. We still have our regularly scheduled shows going up. Crowd surfing will be back next week. We're going to try to keep things at a reasonable clip. Joey Evans says 2 die. Well, then it's wrong. Today, any one of us could keel over and dice. That is correct. Are you going to run a Mega Empires marathon? If we get to 1 million, I'll do it. If we want a mix of box band size, we need to purchase 5 sets of each. Yeah, there's no way to do it other than that, folks. We're not trying to be a store here. We're just trying to raise money for the Dice Tower. The more mixing and matching we do, the more mess ups and problems that can happen in shipping, and we want to streamline that as much as we possibly can. Mike Harris taking Mike DeLisio to the nicest Taco Bell in Orlando. I don't even know where that is. I know the nicest McDonald's in Orlando sells tacos, coincidentally. But yeah, so don't forget, of course, as you're looking at this, we do have our conventions happening this year, Dice Tower East and Dice Tower West. Dice Tower West is a month and 2 weeks away, so I'm looking forward to seeing many of you there. And Dice Tower East happening in July. So, yeah, I think, folks, I'm going to end it up here then. So we're not going to keep dragging this out. Look at this guy. You want him. Thanks so much for all of those folks of you who watch and support the Dice Tower, and we really do appreciate it. So, like I said, consider backing, then go back, and then go tell all your friends. So, that's it for now, folks. Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell. We'll see you all. Oh, I just showed that. I'm back. Now I'm gone. Here's the real outro. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you like this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.